I'm Tim Stotts. Thanks for tuning into the VodCast, a.k.a. the Program. You know, it's kind of a weird thing for a guy to want to do, I suppose, isn't it? To create your own VodCast. Wouldn't it be interesting to know how it all got started?
Hey, you. Hey, wake up.
Get that fucking shit out my face, yo.
Hey, man. You want to make some money?
Oh, yeah, money? Hell yeah. Oh, yeah. I was going to put some velvet on the dashboard. I could use some extra money.
All right, I'll give you $10, man. Go right over here and fuck this light post.
I was going to do that anyway.
Right over there, man. $10.
Here we go, man. Let's see some stamina. Here's your guys. 99 bottles of beer on the wall. 99 bottles of beer. Take one down, pass it around. Oh, okay, that's all I got.
Hey, this is our guy.
Sorry,
hey, you want to make some more money?
Oh, hell yeah.
All right. You want to host a VodCast?
What the fuck's a VodCast? Well, I think you'll find that the application process was well worth it, even though it was kind of stringent and a little creepy at times. So, anyway, thanks for downloading me, and now let's meet Maureen. We're here with Maureen. We're probably not going to use your last name to cut down the stalking a little bit.
That's fine.
Maureen No Stalking is the last name. She was one of the models for the 2020 show I did way back when, and is going to reprise her role as 500-foot woman for future stuff. And if she can remember what it was like doing this stuff almost a year ago, gosh, it was October, November.
November.
Like, yeah, beginning of November. And you were actually the first model that I had to do in the studio that we couldn't do outside because it got cold. Because that's what November does in Rockford. It tends to get a little chilly. So, okay, let's go back before that even. So you and I knew each other a little bit, but not really totally well or anything like that. So I approach you, probably drunk, because that's kind of my milieu. And I'm like, hey, would you like to take a picture and be 500 feet tall? What were your thoughts? Like,
Well,
pepper spray?
I knew you a little bit before that,
Right.
so it was okay. So I wasn't totally weirded out by it.
Okay.
I was very flattered. I was like, oh, well, Tim wants me to work with him. I was very flattered that you thought that I would be, you know, good enough to work with your project that you're doing, knowing that it was going to be, you know, in the art museum possibly, and where it was going to be going and everything. I was very flattered that you wanted me to work with you. I'm very excited. I thought it was going to be a lot of fun, which it was.
oh, cool, cool. We get into the studio, and you're there, and you're just kind of we're setting up and everything like that. What did you think before you got in there? What do you think was going to happen? I mean, because we all have a bit of an insight, and we've seen like VH1 Behind the Music, or we've seen some HBO special where there's a studio and there's a guy snapping, and you know, usually lisping for some reason, which I don't tend to do. But so let's see the fantasy vision of what was going to happen.
I was very curious as to how everything was going to work, where I was going to be standing, what I was going to be wearing, so I brought along my entire closet for you to pick from.
Yeah.
You know, just the usual stuff, like what we were going to be doing. Was everything going to turn out okay? Were the pictures going to look good? Was what I was wearing going to look to complement the background that you had chosen to work with? And that was pretty much just the main things that were going through my head. Like, was everything going to turn out okay? I was really excited. I was a little nervous about wearing heels on top of a table when you told me I was going to be standing on a table.
And earlier that day, you had a bit of a fainting spell too, didn't you?
Yeah, I can't remember what happened. I don't remember what happened, but
You had a touch of the vapors.
yeah, something.
Well, I recall, and that's the part that I was like going danger, danger, danger in my mind, because I had a wind machine on you, which is a big fan. And I say wind machine, that sounds glamorous. It's really the stuff that the chowderheads left in my apartment when they replaced the tile in my apartment, and it's this big thing, and so luckily we had our friend Matt spot you for at least a little bit, because here you are. I mean, you know, what do you weigh? 90 pounds, soaking wet, pretty much. You're in spindly heels that are probably 4 inches, 3 inches tall anyway, and you're standing there. Not only are you just standing there, but the pose was, and we didn't wind up using that because I messed it up by like, whoops. It was. You getting ready to step on a cigarette butt that other people were supposed to be running from. And so you're standing on one, like, about an inch, like, circle, essentially, supporting the entirety of you with wind on a table. And you just had a fainting spell.
We did it, though.
We did it.
We did it.
And actually, you did great. It's just that I didn't like the way I had the background of you. It'd make it too hard to comp out your hair and stuff like that. So we're going to redo that one outside.
Outside.
Make it cool.
Even more fun.
Even more fun. The one thing I always felt guilty about was we got 2 shots out of the deal, and it took, you know, what, 4 hours or something like that?
Longer
Maybe even
than that,
more?
I think, yeah.
Yeah. So, now, was that kind of annoying to you?
Not really at all, actually. I was just, like I said, I was just really excited to be doing it because that was, I mean, working with somebody like and working with the camera was something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. Then to actually be able to do it and know that where everything was going, or tentatively where both shots were going, was just really exciting. And it was just really fun. I was having a blast, and Matt came and brought all kinds of goodies and snacks, and it was great. I had a great time.
I brought some stuff, but you couldn't eat most of it.
Eat it. Like the gummy worms, couldn't eat them, or the gummy bears.
I know. You did like we used them to map out like where streets were and things like that. The gummy bears serve as little like map things, and you actually terrorize them by stepping on them. Like
it's fun.
Right. I love that. I don't know where that stands with the vegan ethic committee, but you won't eat them, but you step on them. I don't know, it's a thing. But so what did you think about the fact that the pictures themselves took on I don't want to say science fiction, but they took on a surreal quality as opposed to you just standing there and, you know, going, "Hi, I'm hot," you know, or something like that, like a lot of typical model stuff. Is that better for you, worse for you, just different?
I loved it. I thought the whole idea of it was really great because it was different. It was out of the ordinary. It wasn't like your typical, we're going to go outside and take a picture of you in like in a pretty scenery. It was a very different idea of being 500 feet tall and terrorizing Rockford, which is what I want to do every day.
Many do.
it was just great, especially, you know, the shots of tossing the people in my mouth with the bus, and, and you know, and just how, you know, funny it was just to joke around and everything with how it looked without the bus in my hand, and
yeah, you know, okay, so here's me, Mr. Subtext guy, and I'm like, I didn't get what that would look like, and it's like, holy crap. It's like, I'm like, I was that close to maybe pulling it because it was a little too overt. And I'm like, no, whatever. You know, so. It
was great, though. It was so much fun. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic working with the whole thing. It was just fantastic.
Well,
and I loved the project. I thought it was a great idea.
Well, thank you. I guess housekeeping stuff. This is the first VodCast. I don't know if I'm going to call it that, man. I wasn't comfortable with the term podcast, but VodCast is even dorkier.
Is that what it is, though?
That's what some people call it.
Well, if that's what it is, then that's what you need to call it.
Okay, then. Maureen says so, then that's the way it goes. I'm very henpecked. Doesn't have to be going out with me. Just women tell me what to do, and I do it. Okay, the VodCast it is, then. Told you, I'm totally sober, man. You asked me to do the stupid little shit, I did the stupid little shit. No drunk, me. Buy a drink?